The BitHarvest Ponzi scheme has officially collapsed. I made a video on this about 6 months ago, right around the time that it first collapsed. But now we have total confirmation. And the reason I'm making this video is because a lot of people seem to be in total denial about these things, even after it's completely clear. And at the time, right around the time I made that last video, what prompted it was a friend of mine told me about this thing, thought it was legit. A friend of his had 1.4 million in BitHarvest. Sad story. And part of why I made the video was so that I could show people, look, this is what's really going on here. And it was an interesting timing that the whole thing collapsed right after that, basically. And people were saying, commenting on the video, saying that they couldn't get their money out. Here's the video from, I guess it was 7 months ago. And you can see, yeah, about a month after the video was published, people started commenting they can't withdraw. Apparently they've stopped all withdrawals and, things of that nature. So go and watch that video if you want to know the full story. Now, this should be a quick one because there's not a whole lot to cover, but it's just very obvious that this thing is done for. I mean, their websites are not even working anymore. You can't even get past this captcha right here. That's it. Oh, I was wrong. I tried before and it wasn't working. BitHarvest account services have been migrated to BonusPoint. There's a new website. I don't even want to click it, honestly, but what? Wow, they're still going on with this. They're still trying to convince people that nothing's wrong. They just do this kind of bait and switch. I'm not even going to read through all this, but it basically says that there's a new system. Oh, there's new mining machines going to be connected in June 1st of 2026. So that's like 2 weeks ago almost now. Wow, that's an interesting scam angle I've never heard of before. Let's see what else we have here. Well, that was client.bitharvest.io. This is the main website. Maybe this was the one I was trying that didn't work. Come on. Yeah, basically they've they've deleted like all their social media. Yeah, I think this is the main domain. This one seems to be shut down. They kept that other one up to redirect people to whatever form the scam is taking now. Yeah, this is definitely shut down. And here's a good article. This Behind MLM website publishes really good blogs on subjects like this. Whoops. Oh, my Malwarebytes blocked it. That's interesting. Well, I think I was reading that on, must have been my phone or something, but yeah, it just talks about how all the details of the scam and what how they're doing it. The founders fled to Dubai so they could launder the money and on and on. Let's see BitHarvest coin price. What's going on with that? Well, there's two tokens. They're both basically worthless. BTH was the original token, I think, where people would deposit their Bitcoin and then they were only allowed to withdraw in this BTH token, which is now worthless, a tiny fraction of a penny. Its market value is essentially zero. And if you try to go to their Twitter, you just get this thing. HarvestPlus, that's what they've changed it to. And let's search for BitHarvest Ponzi scheme. Here's the AI overview. Collapsed MLM Ponzi scheme operated under the false pretense of using USB devices to enhance Bitcoin mining efficiency. That's what my friend told me, that a friend of his had gone to the offices in Malaysia and seen the BitBooster plugged into a server or a miner, what they thought was a Bitcoin miner, and how it enhanced the hash rate or whatever. And I told him, look, what your friend saw was just a regular USB miner, which has a very low hash rate, but there's these little devices that plug into the USB port of a regular computer and use that as the power to run the miner. So they're basically like miniature hobby miners, very low hash rate. Somebody took one of those and put some special packaging around it and then plugged it into what was just a regular computer. It was probably a big like mainframe server or something to make it look fancy. But regular mining machines typically don't have that kind of port. Like there's nowhere to plug in something like that most of the time. So none of that made sense. It had to be just a regular USB miner plugged into a regular computer, and then whatever hash rate was registering was the hash rate from that little USB miner. And they used that to trick people, unfortunately, into thinking this was some crazy device. And this picture looks like it. Yeah, this was the BitBooster thing. No, this is just a regular miniature mining device that they put some cool looking stuff around. This thing might not even actually exist. It may just be the picture, but I assume what this guy saw was something that resembled this and plugged into a regular computer. Yeah, the USB-A type of appendage, Bitcoin miners do not have a place to put that, so that does not make sense. Let's go back to the AI overview here. Yeah, like I just said, it's a false premise. There's no BitBooster thing. Fake leadership. Logan Lee was a pseudonym for Stephen NG, a Singaporean national. I went over this in that original video, the desist and refrain order in California. And after running out of new investors, BitHarvest collapsed and launched spin-off scams, BitBull and BitFarming. I didn't even come across those. Oh, here it is, HarvestPlus. The operators subsequently rebranded the entity as HarvestPlus in January 2026. So that's the only thing that's really out there now. Participants suffered total loss of funds with the scheme relying entirely on new investment to pay earlier users, hallmark of Ponzi schemes. Sad, but true. And in the next video, I think I'm going to cover another Ponzi scheme that I also made a video about around 6 months ago or so. And that one is still going strong, it seems. And there's even more people in massive denial making all kinds of comments about how it's really not a scam. So stay tuned for that one. It's going to be even better. And be sure to subscribe to the Hard Money Dispatch newsletter if you haven't already. Link will be in the description. And hit the like button and subscribe, because about 90% of you who watch these videos are not subscribed. So do me a huge favor. Take a few seconds to hit that subscribe button. It's free and helps support the channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.